Oh, yo. I want to thank y'all, man. Each and every one of y'all that hopped onto the Loot Mogul, that played the trivia with me, and that gave yourselves a shot at getting this bread, man. Listen, man, Loot Mogul is an app filled with nothing but sports trivia, man. Filled with sports trivia from all your major sporting categories. Everything you looking for is on Loot Mogul, man. Give yourself a shot at this bread, man. I won a couple bands in the last couple weeks. It's looking real good for me. Make it look real good for you, man. Make sure you go to quiz.lootmogul.com, man. Make sure you go to quiz.lootmogul.com and give yourself yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, Philadelphia Eagles got a lot of stuff going on. It's already our off season. We're not gonna waste no time. We listen. It's time to get to what's really going on. So I heard that Jim Schwartz basically came outright and announced his retirement. Oh, I'm sorry, not his retirement. Announced that he's not returning back to the team. He gave us the heads up, or maybe we gave him a heads up that he ain't know about. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he felt like he was gonna be the odd man out in the Howie and Doug thing, the little freeway they had going on. So, maybe he decided to, take the exit. You know what I mean? Noble. He was contemplating retirement anyway. But, he said it. He said it out of his mouth. It is what it is. He ain't coming back to the Eagles. So the Eagles are officially on the hunt for a defensive coordinator, which can be a bad thing, man. Maybe they should give somebody like Marquand Manuel, give him a shot at it. I say that for a number of reasons. I think a lot of our cornerbacks, yeah, they were burnt toast. They've always been burnt toast in the system. A lot of our cornerbacks, were well coached, I think. I think the cornerbacks were well coached. They just not that type of group that's going to be able to play man-to-man for a whole game. Nobody really got that type of group of cornerbacks in the NFL that's going to be able to play man-to-man for a whole game, especially against some of the aerial attacks that you see. So I can't really fault, the things that was happening down the stretch directly to Marquand Manuel. A lot of it is the scheme and Jim Schwartz. So I give Marquand Manuel a crack at it. But I don't think we're going to do this in-house. I think we're going to go looking at some other situations in that regard. Which brings me to my next one, man. Howie Roseman again. You're doing it again, Howie. You're doing it again. Now we got a tight end factory. Last year was the quarterback factory. He regretted saying that. This year is the tight end factory, and my money's on him regretting saying this. I mean, he ain't going to say it, but my money is on him regretting having all these tight ends for no reason when the Philadelphia Eagles were just, were revered around the league last season for great tight end play, which we didn't use this year, by the way, which really, is another topic for another video. So they go out there and they acquire the rights to Tyree Jackson, I believe from the University of Buffalo, as a quarterback that they're going to turn into a tight end. We got time to turn quarterbacks into tight ends, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia Eagles, instead of just using a draft pick on a tight end if you wanted one. We got time to turn quarterbacks into tight ends. We already got a project on the bitch in Hakeem Butler at the tight end position. Got a project on our hands on the bench. So, I'm not really with this, with this move. It don't make no sense. You need to be looking at acquiring the rights to cornerbacks, somebody that could play on the other side of Slay. You need to look at acquiring the rights to safeties, because McLeod is probably not going to be in the Eagles uniform next year. Neither is Mills. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense, man. Tight end will be the last thing I'm thinking of, unless you really think about parting ways with Zach Ertz, and you need as many tight ends that you can trust as possible, and I believe that. I believe that to be true. Unless you do it smart and you negotiate something with Richard Rodgers, who probably was the most productive tight end for his snap count and his time on the field. We don't think like that, Not over here. We're not going to think like that. We're not going to do it. So it is what it is, man. You know how that go, man. So Rich Scangarello and Marty Mornhinweg also are not being picked up. Their contracts aren't being picked up. They're going to get the boot and sayonara to you. I don't even know what they did. What did they do? The offense was terrible, averaging like 17 points a game. 17 is our magic number. What really did they do? They didn't design no creative plays to help out the struggling offense. What did they do? They didn't do anything. They were just here because of some names. They were here because they got some names around the NFL. They literally didn't do nothing, bro. It was like nepotism. They might as well have been Jeffrey Lurie's sons, man. They ain't do nothing. and they didn't get punished for it. They didn't have to take the podium. Nobody had to ask them, well, what's your job? Like, what do you do? What do you do? You ever been in a situation to where money's being made, a job environment, anything like that, and somebody's there reaping the same benefits that you reaping? This dude going out to dinner with the gang, celebrating the wins, and then somebody just gotta look. Who that? What does he do? That's what it boils down to, man, for Marty and Rich, man. What did they do? What do? They didn't call plays. They were advisors. We don't need none of that, bruh. We definitely don't need none of that. So it is what it is, man. And Howie Roseman, Howie's now running around here trying to get Zach Ertz to help him with Carson Wentz. What happened? What happened that's the road that we taking with this whole situation now? What happened? Only one can imagine. That your GM, who has to reach out to your franchise tight end, who was just crying, saying that he loved the city. So you're gonna use an emotional guy like Zach Ertz to go out there and try to bait Carson Wentz in? It's pathetic, man. What's wrong with leaving a message? What's wrong with saying I messed up? If you even feel that way. What's wrong with just inviting him out to lunch? I'm sure he don't think you a bad guy. What's wrong with hearing him out? What's wrong with going to him like a man and setting this thing up right for 2021? Because had you would have went to him like a man, none of this chatty patty stuff would have even been in the news. It's pathetic. You got to go ask another player, you the GM, to talk to Carson Wentz. The Philadelphia Eagles are looking at getting the offensive coordinator, and I couldn't be more happier. That's the buzz around the team right now, is that they're searching for offensive coordinators. Should have been done. Can't keep faking the funk. Doug can't call plays. And let's talk about offensive coordinators. Eric Bieniemy is interviewed for every vacancy available in terms of head coaches go for. So for some of y'all who thought in your wild imaginations and minds, in the inner walls of your brain, you thought that Eric Bieniemy was going to come from calling plays for Andy Reid and the new Super Bowl champion Chiefs, to come call plays for Doug Peterson? No. Wouldn't happen. If Eric Bieniemy, his name is attached to the Philadelphia Eagles, he took Doug's job. Y'all know who Eric Bieniemy is, man, and what he's been doing around here? We're going to see, man. We're going to figure it out, man. But let me know what you think in the comments, man. A lot of stuff is going on. I think we're looking at some type of tight end factory. It's just bad, man.